she's gonna be on that side, I guess, over there. That's fine. All right. Hey, everybody, and welcome to Indie Film Cafe. I'm your host, Jonathan Moody, and I'm with
Paulie Presenza, known as the Moo Cow. Moo.
All right, and we are here at the lovely Indie Film Cafe studio to talk about I Spit You on Your Grave.
Woohoo!
All right, so first of all, let's go right into it. It's a Chris Seaver film.
Yep.
As you know, we are huge fans of Chris Seaver, so we're not gonna I don't know. There might not be ones that we particularly love, but this one isn't horrible. I don't know. Just the title, "I Spit You on Your Grave."
Right.
I'm not really a big fan of rednecks at all, and I just don't think that humor is necessarily funny.
Silly and over the top and bizarre, and this is, obviously this is a sort of love poem, as it will, to the 70s grindhouse style revenge kind of movie, and it's just so ridiculous, and I don't know. I get a kick out of it, and of course I really like Leo Duchamp's character. He kind of carries the whole picture for me.
Oh, this is a Leo Duchamp movie.
Absolutely.
This is his starring vehicle, pretty much. I think because he's usually just a side character in a lot of Chris Seaver's movies. So this is if you're a Leo Duchamp fan, this is your movie.
And who isn't? I mean, come on. The man is powered by Toblerone. You gotta like it.
I guess.
So yeah, and it's shot very, very much in sort of the fun, grindhousey 70s style. So you get a lot of grainy film. You get a lot of those little pops and lines and stuff that used to be in the old cheap film stock they used back in the 70s, and the different stops. Like you have all these shots where they would just stop and freeze frame, and just like they sort of did back in the 70s, and just kind of a lot of fun, a lot of split screens and all that kind of stuff. It was cute. I don't know. I had fun.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to classify it as anything, kind of it's like a parody-ish kind of thing of with Chris Seaver's humor of I Spit on Your Grave, A Last House on the Left, a little bit. Not really as much. I thought it was going to be a little bit more like that, but and I haven't seen I Spit on Your Grave, so I have no idea. But I know it has a little bit of that.
Yeah, it's got the whole revenge rape thing going on here, and that's really kind of what this is about.
Well, the one thing I didn't get though was why were they doing revenge on him particularly?
Just because he's a guy.
Is it a guy? Just guy?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
All right. Well, because I was wondering, because I was like, did he screw them over? There's no mention of anything. It's just.
Well, okay. So just to sort of explain a little bit. So there is this guy, Gareth, who is kind of like the Goblin King from Labyrinth. It's very, very much a David Bowie parody.
Well, why his name is Jareth.
Right.
And
he's got these three ladies, more or less, the Gash Nasties. Let's see, there's Honey Lips.
Balls
Deep.
And Love Juice.
Love Juice, right. And they are his, sort of right-hand women who go out and cause mayhem. They find these guys, in the beginning, that they can just sort of convince themselves to harm, and they rape and or kill them and steal their money. Mm-hmm. And that's what they do. That's sort of like their thing, as you do.
Then it really kind of goes by also back in the 50s, they did those girl gang movies or whatever, even what's his name? Ed Wood did one.
Oh yeah.
The violent ones or something like that.
I always think Switchblade Sisters. That's one of my favorites.
Switchblade Sisters, stuff like that. So
right.
They kind of do that, kind of thing, and so I think that's kind of what it also is a parody of,
right.
A little bit. But yeah, so basically, Leo Duchamp wins the lottery, and he's able finally wins the lottery. And him and his best friend Alan, Alan J something, but basically this guy who in the beginning of it, he's got the fro Marcel wasn't that one. The guy
Whitest
from
black people you'll ever see.
I know, but from Pulp Fiction. Well, anyway, Samuel L. Jackson's character in Pulp Fiction.
Right.
But basically, he plays that character in a way, like, but it's a white guy playing a black guy and whatnot, and that's kind of the joke, is and so anyway, he ends up going to, they end up going to a bar, and these ladies happen to be at that bar, and I guess they just pick them.
They picked the wrong Leo Deschamps to mess with.
Yeah, so the other guy leaves because he's got dinner back home, and he'd rather eat barbecue wings or something.
Ribs, gotta have them ribs.
He'd rather have ribs than get some lovin'. So, but he said he'll be back or something or whatever.
Right.
So anyway, Leo is left with the three ladies, and they end up, setting up for like a gangbang kind of thing, and then they end up raping him. But at first he's like enjoying it, I guess.
Yeah.
And then they rip his dick off or something. Like,
well, it looked
balls,
like it was like a pair of pantyhose with some fake hair sewed on the end of it with a little ball stuck in there.
Yeah.
They were definitely doing some sort of disgusting looking
they were stretching it out too. It looked like it was crazy. Like Pinocchio's nose.
He's kind of enjoying it vaguely at first, and then he finally dawns on him that it's like, oh, this is painful. I don't like this.
So I guess, to kind of go into a little bit of like our thoughts exactly and everything. Well, anyway, the rest of the story, real quick, I'm totally like going off track, but the rest of the story is that he ends up getting revenge on these
and
ladies.
That's really all it is.
That's it.
I mean,
there's no like middle ground or anything. But the one thing I was talking to Paul about while we were watching it is that it's just kind of boring in the middle, like kind of toward the middle. Like in the beginning, it's kind of exciting a little bit. They start off with the I guess the other guy getting raped and everything, and then they go into which. I mean, I'm not saying rape is fun or whatever, but the way they do it is more fun than other movies or whatnot.
Right. It's so over the top and crazy and ridiculous that you can't help but laugh at it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not meant to be taken seriously.
No.
But yeah, so it gets a little slow and then like toward the middle, but I guess and then it gets kind of like there's other side characters that. I really, other than to pad the movie, I felt like really didn't have any. Like, there's like Griselda character that is that's also played by Josh. So
right,
it's like
so
Josh talking to Josh.
Playing
Swire.
with each other was kind of funny.
Josh Swire plays Leo DeChamp, and he also plays Griselda, this character, and it's kind of funny, but like it really like honestly, if they took that scene out, it wouldn't hurt the movie at all. I don't think. I think it's a funny scene at times, but then again, it kind of drags.
It gives Josh a chance to play yet another over the top character that he seems to really enjoy playing, just kind of from a very different point of view. Mm-hmm. So and that's the thing. I mean, when we say over the top, we mean over the top. It's funny.
Over the top and gone.
Oh yeah.
It's over that top. And then somewhere over there.
But I mean, even the Gash Nasties are kind of over the top too. So you've got Honey Lips, who is the sort of British cop with the afro,
played by Jesse Ames.
Jesse Ames, who's always wonderful and always another one who's willing to sort of go 125% at all times.
And then there's Love Juice.
Love Juice.
Who does this really weird and kind of annoying after a while.
Oh, yeah.
And they even mention it in the movie, like how they're kind of annoyed by it. Of her doing Jerry Seinfeld impressions or something.
All this sort of, lame observational humor. What's the thing with Ovaltine? It comes in a round jar. It should be called Roundtine.
I do believe... that if that wasn't a Jerry Seinfeld joke, that was somebody else that
I'm almost positive that's a Seinfeld
I had heard that
thing.
before.
Yeah.
I had heard that one before, so... but some of the ones that they did later, I didn't hear before, so maybe stuff that they just made up.
So that's her shtick. And then we have Balls Deep, who is just, I don't know what she's just sort of insatiable, sex-crazed sexy female.
Yeah, but she like, I liked her. I liked her a lot. I've never seen her. I don't think I've seen
I
her
don't
in
know
any
who
other
she
Chris
is.
Seaver movies.
I really don't.
She kind of had this like Jen Stone vibe, and Jen.
That's
was,
who we
like,
thought it was at first.
I couldn't tell because they have these wigs and they have all these like looks. So I was just like, I don't know who this chick is, but she was good. She was great.
good.
Like I liked her.
Oh yeah.
She had this like interesting, the way she acted was really well
And
done.
she did a very good job. I'd love to know more about her. So if you're watching this, Chris, let us know.
Who is that chick?
Who is she?
Anyway, I liked it. I thought the movie was like, because I'd never seen it. He had seen it.
Oh yeah.
And it's not that I never wanted to see it. I just hadn't yet. And it's one of the ones I'm gonna be getting because there's on Amazon. I'm gonna be getting it very soon. But it's just hasn't been something I've been seeking out. I think it's literally because I'm not a redneck fan. Like
Right,
literally,
right.
like that's just not me at all.
I hear you. I
I like Leo Champ,
Gotta love
my
Leo
favorite-
Champ. He's hysterical.
my favorite redneck. So
And
there you go.
he's definitely my favorite Chris Seaver universe character of all of them. He's just so funny to me. I don't know why.
So let's do a 5-star scale. All
Okay.
right. So what would you say? What would you give this for 5 stars?
Well, okay, comparing this to other Chris Seaver films, I'm gonna probably give this a 4-star from me. For those of you who are not familiar with a Chris Seaver kind of a film, you guys may find this either offensive or over the top or just unfunny. So it's gonna be a little bit different, but I'm pretty used to the way that Chris Seaver kind of approaches films, and especially in this sort of funny, over-the-top, throwback, grindhouse kind of style that he's going for. So I kind of liked it. I thought it was pretty adorable, actually. But then that's just me. So what do you think?
I would actually have to give this 3 stars.
Okay.
Now, like that's pretty good still. I mean, I liked it. I just didn't. Like I said, there's a couple slow parts. I get kind of like wanting to check my phone instead of watching the movie because I'm just kind of, like it wasn't the plot wasn't moving along, and I think that's literally because it's an hour long almost.
I know, it's
almost
only an hour long.
I know, but like even an hour long, this movie just kind of stretches it out a little
Yeah.
bit too much. I think if they had, because I know they do a double feature with the movie that we're gonna watch next, which is Evil Dead and Bred Rednecks. And so I think that if he had done 45 minutes for this and 45 minutes for that,
Right.
it would have been 90 minutes long and would have been, perfect for a double feature.
Yeah, or if they had shortened it down and made, a couple of these movies into sort of like a 3-episode anthology kind of movie, it would have tightened things up. And yeah, I can totally understand that. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, but I like this. One thing I wanted to mention that I'm not sure if a lot of people know this or not, but Bosoms Till Tuesday production, which is actually a title that was supposed to be done for, I think, I want to say Filthy McNasty or something, but they were doing, what is it, they were basically doing this movie called Bosoms Till Tuesday, and then it became Filthy McNasty or Maximum Douche instead. A great movie. But that it would have been a similar story or something. You just kind of put that into the world of Filthy McNasty. So they made Bosoms Till Tuesday production, which I believe was going to be their like grindhouse style production company that later became Warlock.
Right.
Because at first he had low budget pictures, and I guess he was getting a little bit tired of that. Would be my guess, just like she is. So yeah, they were getting a little bit tired of that, and then they decided to go with Bosoms Till Tuesday, and then he decided to just go right into that, and then I think he had another production company after Warlock, but he still does Warlock, which you can go see Warlock Home Video.
Absolutely.
We're gonna plug it because they are subscribed to us and we're subscribed to them, and we love them.
Check
to
it
death.
out. It's a lot of fun.
They have like a bunch of TV shows, like web series
Right.
that they're doing. And I think they've got trailers to movies, and I wouldn't be surprised if he did a whole feature length film and like put it up there or whatever.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, so there you go. Check it out. It's on YouTube. It's called Warlock Home Video, and you can basically see a bunch of their stuff. Support them. Check out Chris, because I love what they're doing now. I think that the internet has kind of given a way to reaching out to a lot more people,
Right.
And as we love this stuff, we may end up doing some more skits and stuff like that here at this office.
That would be fun.
That would be a lot of fun. I would love to do that. So at some point.
And
So-
you know, if you're interested in the film, check it out. It's you know, you can go on Amazon. You can get it at. I'm sure they used to have a page where you could go on and buy his stuff.
I don't think.
I don't know if it's still there anymore. But it's a fun movie. Okay, even to those who are expecting it to be very violent, I mean, the violence is very cartoonish. It's very, you know, Benny Hillish. You know, it's very silly, but it's a lot of fun. So if you're in the right mood,
The rape scenes are not like
they're just bizarre.
bizarre. So yeah, you're not expecting so. Don't expect too much craziness from that. But
No, I'm not even sure there's nudity really.
no, there's none.
No, I mean I think the only boobs you see are Josh's.
Yeah,
Several times, in fact.
several times. That boy does not know how to keep his shirt on.
Oh dear.
You know. But anyway. All right, well, thank you guys for checking this out. Subscribe to them. We'll put a link down at the bottom
Absolutely.
with their channel, so you can subscribe to them because we love them to death.
Absolutely.
And like I may give this a 3, but in the 3 and in the Chris Seaver world, I mean, I've seen so many of his movies. A lot of them do get a 4 and a 5, so that's
Oh, yeah.
really not, you know, a 3 occasionally is not that bad. And so I don't know. If you like the movie, great. If you didn't like the movie or whatever, leave us a comment. Let us know why. I mean, if you don't like it because of the childish humor and the fart jokes and the other stuff or whatever, then why are you watching a Chris Seaver movie?
Seriously. And by
should-
all means, you know, send some Toblerone to Leo Deschamps.
Exactly. Do that. And Josh Swire, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
For creating such fun,
Absolutely.
adorable characters. So anyway, thank you guys so much for checking this out, and hope you guys had a great one. Got a new monkey says goodbye. Bye-bye.
Bye.